to the beginning part of the video where we excitedly check to see if everything is working. We roll up our sleeves for a bit of work. Let's see, it looks like our chat has come up. That's a good thing. What about our playback as working now as well? Good, looks like everything seems to be working okay. Hi, I'm Chris and this is my game Realm of the Empress. It's a single player fantasy adventure board game where you explore a large open area, in this case Port Ovis, do quests, learn and upgrade a variety of skills, and buy different weapons and armour and upgrade those to progress your character. There's also a main story that takes place in your dreams and should hopefully act as a hook to keep you wanting to play more and to find out what happens. In this video series I'm going to be doing a full playthrough of the whole game. Each video should be about an hour long and the last playthrough I did was about 60 hours, so it should be quite a long series. I'm streaming Monday to Thursday at 7 PM UK time and 7 PM UK time, yeah. So feel free to leave a comment on any of the videos, or if you catch a live stream, write something in the chat, as any and all feedback is more than helpful and sort of the reason why I'm doing this. If you want to know how to set up the game or understand the basics of the game, watch the tutorial videos that are also on the channel, or just start with the first video in this series. We've got 6 quests left to do. We're just finishing off one, quest K, which is quite a long quest, or at least we're finishing off a part of that quest. It has landed us in the woods at night, so we've got to get out of the woods at night to get to the inn, ideally as quickly as possible, because you get a sleep bonus for how long you can sleep for. So the quest ended and it says continue movement from map card 140, which we are on. So this is what the map card looks like on its day side, which is still quite dark because it's in the woods and has a sort of dotted pattern over the top of it. In the top left corner is the number of the card, and then we've got numbers for if you want to go northeast, south and west. So the night side is even darker than that, so very difficult to see, but you can quite just about see if you squint closely to it. We're using our 12-sided die as a character marker. Every 12 steps is 1/2 hour as normal. I think last stream we fully upgraded our weapon deck, so we're using iron daggers. So we've now got a complete deck of 24 cards. We've got dodges, we've got initiatives, we've got critical hits, we've got still our 4 misses, but hopefully we are less likely to get those because we have a full deck of 24. So this is, I think, did we have, yes, we killed a bear, I don't know, and it took us down to 4 health, so we've only got 4 health left. I think I will eat an apple pie. So on our player board here we got our armor here and weapons, 2 daggers, a satchel and some leather armor. We're trying to upgrade from boar hide to bear hide and then maybe wolf hide, depends how long we want this series to go on for. We've got an apple pie and a tasty meal in our pouch. Food and meals restore health, so you put them in the pouch because that's the only thing you can access during combat. You cannot access your satchel here. 35 slots. We use real space inventory management with 1/2-inch square chits for the most part, but some are slightly differently shaped. We've got a space for our quest items, and we've got a dream deck. We're on dream 6 out of 10. We've unlocked spirit weapon 1. If you want to see how dreams work, go a couple of videos earlier, or perhaps a few more. We are paying at the inn for our extra inventory space, but you can only access this from the inn map card. But you can stack some items up to 5 times, and it's twice the size as the satchel, so you can store loads of space there. The weather's okay, and we've got a Merrin's map, which is the innkeeper's map. We get right at the beginning of the game, so we know roughly where to go. Again, all quests are optional, so You don't have to get that map if you don't want to. You want to go completely blind, you can do that too. But quests are a large part of the game. Ideally, they're the main part, I would say. And there are certain barriers to finishing some quests where you have to level up certain skills beforehand. So I've got out here the animals that we can encounter in the woods at night. We're going to go west from here and hopefully get ourselves to the inn without too much trouble. Like I said, the bear that we fought last stream brought us right down just to 4 health, which is very low. So what we want to do, I think we're going to eat our apple pie, which will just give us 10 health. We have a tasty meal that will do 20, but I just want to try to avoid that. We're just going to run away from everything. We've got rats and bats and a wolf pack. Rats and bats shouldn't do too much damage to us, but with only 14 health, we want to run away because the rats have 20, the bats have 30, and the wolf pack have 40. And we really don't want to go up against the wolf pack. We are ill-equipped for that, I would say. So we're just going to try to run away. I'm going to put this apple pie, there it is, away. We have used that to restore 10 health. I'm gambling a little bit because I don't want to use up the tasty meal if we don't need to, because if we sleep we'll restore all of our health back again and it will be a waste if we don't need it. And we can eat it during combat because it's in our pouch. We've got nothing else to restore our health though, but it does restore 20, so I think we'll be okay. We've got our rule book which will tell us what numbers will give us the bad results on the die rolls. It's an 8-sided die. I'm going to put that over there. So 1 is nothing. 2 and 3 is to find a glow bug, so this is something newish to the game. You need a bottle, which we don't have, but they are lantern alternatives if you can go and catch glow bugs, and they can also be used to lure a night stalker to you when you're out of the woods. If you have 5 for a lantern and for the lure, you need 5 in a bottle. Once you have that, you can instantly have a night stalker encounter because that will just come to you, so that saves you trying to go back and forth trying to roll, trying to get the 8 on an 8-sided die. And then we've got rats for 4, 5, bats for 6, 7, yeah, and then a wolf pack for 8 if we roll an 8. And then they've got sneak values. We've got a +3 to our sneak, which is 1 6-sided die. So the rats and bats have a sneak of 7, so we just need 4 or higher for them. The wolf pack has a 9, so we need a 6 to sneak past them. That's going to be basically impossible. Okay, so we're going to move then roll. So we're on 140. We want 148 even. We want 147. So we're going down 147. Going east to west or west to east is always sequential. Here we've got our 300 odd map cards grouped into 50s. So 147 is going to be here. 147, yeah, just double check. So we can just look on the day side, you can flip them over and do the same, and look on the night side, which you'd probably do normally, but we don't want to spend ages finding the cards, so I'm just going to do it this way, then flip it over. So 147, we're going to move, and then we're going to roll. So we're at the beginning of night, so we go from 12 to 1. So we want to get there within an hour, if possible. 3 is a glow bug, but we don't have a bottle, so that's basically a nothing. So that's good. And we continue. 1, 4, 6. We're still in the woods. Oh, yeah, there's 2 actually. It's 2 steps, so it's double time in woods. I forgot. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is in fact. Yes, double time in the woods. I don't know if let's see how we get on. Right, and we roll again. 3 again. Fantastic. And 1, 4, 5. Still in the woods. We're on the edge of the woods there. That's good. 4, 5, 6 steps, and we roll for an encounter. 3 again, no way. We got 3 threes. That's crazy. Must be cheating. Right, we're on the edge of the woodland here, so I think this is the last one we'll have to roll. If you see right in the south west corner, some tree, the edge of the tree line perhaps there. So we're coming out of the woods, so we've got one more roll, and we still have double time whilst we're moving out of the woods. So 7, 8. And we roll. 2. 3, 3, 3 and a 2. Well, fantastic. Right. And we're out of the, we're not quite out of the woods there actually. We're out of the woods. Well, are we out of the woods? Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, we're out of the woods. We came out of that bit, so that is just going to be a 9 actually. So we don't have to roll. So we were very lucky. No encounters. Fantastic. I'm okay with that. So put the encounters back. You're on a lucky day today. We are on a lucky day. So it's still night. We're at 9, but now we won't have any encounters. So it's just getting back. So we'll do a few of these. Let's see where we want to go. Let's go along here a little bit longer and then go up. We want to get to 107, if I remember correctly, is the inn. Oh, we should be rolling. We still have to roll an 8-sided die just for night. Just for night, I forgot. Yes, it is night time. We have to roll for night. Oh, it's here. So now, instead of having rats and bats and wolf packs, we have 1 to 4, nothing. A 5 is a beetle, but again we need a bottle for that, so that's a nothing. And 6, 7 is a found fire, and 8 is a night stalker. So we did need to roll for that. So it's just changed. 4, nothing. Okay, so 10. 8 is a night stalker. So I think, well, do we want to take on a night stalker? Not sure. Why would we do that? Because we would want to get some maggots, perhaps, for fishing. Fishing is a good way of getting meat and gold. So we could definitely sneak up on the night stalker. We can definitely sneak up on a night stalker. If we roll a sneak, well, we've got no health. We've only got 14 health. Night stalker has 30. So yeah, we're just, they've got a 4. So we need to, maybe we should, yeah, well, we can just ignore these. We can just run right past them now because we got a sneak up to 3. So all we need to do is roll a 1. And so we can just go straight past night stalker. So that's fine. So then we go to 11. We roll again. 7. 7 could be good. Found fire can either be a bandit ambush, which would be bad, or it can be a campsite, abandoned campsite. We've got a found fires deck here. It can be a campsite, and we'll restore all our health if we stay at the campsite. So it can be very good. But you never know. Abandoned fire. We are lucky we get all our health back. Maybe we should take on a night stalker then. Although we don't want to use up too much time because then that will use up, we'll get sleep bonus. So you can rest to your full life, not including bonuses. You can cook if you have a pot with you. We don't have a pot. That costs quite a lot of money, 50 gold. Well, we've been lucky with our rolls. Let's keep the fire deck out. We might need that again. There's a made fire deck there too, which only gives you charcoal though. Less interesting. Right, 12. 5 would be a beetle. We don't have a bottle. Then we're back down to 1. Want to go north. 3 is nothing. North is 102. So 102. So now 2. So we've done a half an hour, and the night tracker. So we've got 7.5 hours left. So we'll only have 7 hours of sleep. Don't count half hours on sleep. It's just every hour. Yeah, I'll double check that as well. So do we roll for that one? Did we roll for that? 7. Did we roll? Oh well, let's do another found fire. We want to run away from the bandits before they hit us, but I don't think they can kill us with one shot. Abandoned fire. We're lucky. Oh, they couldn't kill us anyway because we have an abandoned fire. So we are actually at our max, which I believe is 49. I'll have to double check that later. If we get into an encounter, I'll check that. I know it's over 40 anyway. Pretty sure it's close to that because we did upgrade the bear hat coif that we have. Right, 103. What I might do is put that there. Move that across a little bit. Just so we've got a bit more space. 3. 4. Nothing. Okay. 104. That's 4. 6. Random. Oh, we're on a building card, so shouldn't have done that before. That's okay. So we don't have found fires on building cards, so that's good. There's a bit of strategy to moving at night if you don't want to have an ambush from some bandits. 5. 3 is nothing. 6 and 6. We're not on a building. 6 is found fire. So on 106, step 6, and we rolled a 6. Unusual. Abandoned fire. Done well there. Oh, hold on. This one says if you rest your full life, it uses up an hour. That makes sense. Then we did not rest. I didn't write that on all of them. Should have written that on all of them. Yeah, so I found. Yes, so that kind of makes sense. If you rest, it has to take up time. So it takes an hour of your time to rest up. We're not doing that. That's fine. Now we're on the inn card. So 7 steps. Doesn't really matter right now. We need to roll. 7 would be a fire, but we're on a building card, so we do not. So I think we got through the night quite easily there. No ambushes. We had a couple of tries, and then no animals either. So we did very lucky, I think, on that one. So let's have a look at how much sleep we get. Is it not next to night? Where do we put sleep? Here we go. So we're going to have 7.5, so only 7 hours, so it's 8 plus 8 health that we're going to get. Right, so we keep that, and we're going to sleep, so these will go away. We're going to roll for having a dream. And roll for the weather. Hopefully we don't get another nightmare. We rolled a nightmare before, I think, the other time as well. Right, so we'll put these cards away. 1, 3, 9. 2, 1, 4, 8. 1, 4, 9. And then 101 is there. So nice and easy. All in the same map deck. So we're going to sleep now. We are going to roll a 6-sided die for a dream or nightmare. We just don't want a 6, I'm pretty sure. We've unlocked nightmares now. We haven't had a dream in a while. 3 to 5. 3! Yes, let's have a dream. Let's roll for weather. 5 or 6, it's raining. 1, it's not raining. That was a good result. Happy with that. Okay, so we're going to do a few things. Let us have our dream. Next dream. So we've got a dream deck. 7 dreams, and we've got our nightmare card that we've read from there before. So we're on dream 7. So this unlocks Spirit Weapon 2. Let's read what it says. You walk fully in the veil. There is a little effort to it now. The process is almost instinctive. You are unclothed, yet feel that nothing is missing. Clothing is a vanity. You notice the old woman appear at your side. I will fill you with learning, Inanus. Take my hand. A warmth spreads from her hand into yours, then up your arm, distilling throughout your body. You feel this energy, Inanus? It comes from within, inside the void held closed by the wary mind. Only through unawareness does it truly unlock. As she releases her hand, the warm sensation also leaves you. There is yet time for us, Inanus. There is strength within. You awake with sweat on your brow. Spirit Weapon 2, now unlocked. So, fantastic. We'll put that in our dream deck over here. So we remember, hopefully. So, more things are happening in the dreams. We still don't really understand it, and that's the kind of the point. It needs to be mystical. We're going to try to add up. We really should just write down what our total armor value is. Right, let's do this first. So, in payment, we're on day 4 of our in payment now. Out of 7, so that's okay. We need 50 gold to another week if we want to do that. We're now on day 3 of week 4 of month 1. There's a lot of time going. We'll reset our night just back to there. Days already reset. Morality does not need to be reset. Nodes are all good. All we need to reset is our health. So we add up our defense with our species health, which is 6, I believe, 5, even 5. So, and then we add our slope bonus of 8. So we need to add up all of our defense score. So let's try to do that. We have to get to the armor values, which are here. So we've got boar leather for most of them except for the head. Right, so let's do that first. So it's I'm pretty sure it's like 49, but we're going to have to double check. So first of all, we've got 6 plus 9, 15, plus the 5, 20. Now we add our upgrades, so it's 20 plus, we've got 2 at level 5, so plus 24, which is 44. Then we've got our bear leather head, which is 5, plus 5 is 10, so 44, 54. 54, I think that's right. So we've got 6 plus 9 is 15, plus the species is 20. Then we got 2 at level 5, which is 24, plus 20 is 44, plus 5 is 10, 54. So we're at 54, and we're going to add 8 to that from our sleep bonus. No way we're going to remember we've got 54, but that's fine. Sleep bonus is 8, so that's 6 plus 2, so we're going to be at 62. with the sleep bonus. That's pretty good. Getting there. We want to be aiming for around 90 to 100 defense and health near the end of the game, basically. If we aim for 100, that'd be good. So it's not raining. We did that. We reset our marker to 12. We are now on the day side. Where are we going to go? What do we need to do? We have fully upgraded our weapon. Fantastic. We need to upgrade our armor. How do we upgrade our armor? By killing bears. How do we kill bears? We need money as well to buy armor. So what we want to do is some hunting, which we leveled up fully, and fishing. Do we want to level up lock picking at all? Do we care about lock picking? Not really. We do need to get intimidation up, I think, a little bit at some point. And we've got our quest. Well, yeah, we were given a choice in this quest. It's one of the only quests where you get a choice. So last stream we were looking for this witch, Sheolith. She's called Sheolith. And we killed a bear. And there's something weird going on in the Greywood, I think it was called, the one on the east side. There's the Westwood and the Greywood. And she caught us. She was running back away from something. The smell of blood brought out the bear, so we don't know where the blood came from. And then she made us come back to her place, but not that way. And she was unhappy with us. She said, so she said, "For what has possessed you to come here? You have no idea what chaos you might make. Come with me now." So we went back to her hut. And then she said, "Does that fool..." Let's put it up so you can see. Then she said, once we got back to the hut in the middle of the night, she says, "Does that fool farmer..." This is Tam. "I think he can have a common thug apprehend me." She thinks we're a thug. "I ought to kill you now, though I fear the smell would bring destruction." So I don't know what she means by that. Well, I do, but you don't. "You cannot disrupt this thug." Then her eyes relax as she cocks her head a little. "You must do as I say. Unless you want all-consuming death to make a ruin of this village. Return here tomorrow, or let the shadow take all. Tell nothing to the farmer." And now we've got... This is the only time we've actually got an option. So we have to return the next day. That is now going to be in the instructions, which you can't quite see that I've added. So it says, "If you tell Tam nothing, take K11. We're on K8 at the moment. And then we continued from 148. So if we tell Tam, the farmer, nothing, we can go straight to K11. It is the next day now, so what does she say? Return here tomorrow. So she doesn't say tomorrow night, so any time during the day tomorrow now. But that'll be taking K11. So we've got K9 and K10. We can just have a little look at. And we can see what it does. So I feel like we should tell Tam a little bit. He's the person who put us on this quest in the first place. So let's just do a bit of questing. And then we can do a bit of fishing, perhaps. Just put that there. That'll be there. Right, let's go to the farm. We're going to tell Tam. You know, I don't want to keep secrets from Tam. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. Right, so we want 108. I don't trust this witch anyway. I mean, she's been taking a sheep. Well, something very fishy is going on with the sheep. We're going to do that. We're going to go north, actually. 73. That's a shortcut to the farm. For those who've been playing long enough, would know there is a little shortcut. All those adventurous types. 72. 71, and there it is. You don't have to go all the way around, you can just go up. Right, Tam, we've got news. 1, 2, 3, 4. News for you, sir. That's not as far away as I thought it was going to be. We'll put that there. Tam. Where are you? Let's find you. Let's find our man Tam. There you are. You don't know what you're biting off, do you? Right. So, we're going to talk to Tam. So, on his character card, got his name. And then we've got the quest that he's a part of. Now, so he's got K1, 3, 5 and K9. Intimidation 2, Sneak 2, Gold 18. If he wants to pickpocket him. So we're on K8. So we can go and get K9. And we don't know what's going to happen. We've been warned not to talk to him. But we are talking to him. So, Tam. We've told you that some weird stuff is going on in the wood with the witch. With your sheep. So he says, so you followed the sheep straight to her. Very good. Now, what news of the situation? Now again, we've got another choice. We've got 1, you tell him you threaten the witch most impressively, and his sheep are completely safe from further attack, which is a lie. You can take a lie, then it says take K10 next, and you get a reward of 3 apple pies and 40 gold, which is very tempting to lie to him. Or you can tell him the truth. You tell him she will continue to keep stealing his sheep and must be apprehended immediately. Take K16. You still get the same reward, 3 apple pies and 40 gold. So what I'm going to show you is essentially the bad ending. If you tell him the truth is the bad ending, but it is an ending. So if you lie to him, it's better. But we'll do go through it, then we'll come back so I can show you how this quest splits. And it'd be great to do this kind of thing with all the quests. We'll have some more diverging paths, but I'm only one person and there are 26 quests. And this is a game that probably no one's ever going to pick up because it's all solo, single player board game that's over 60 hours long. But here we go. So I'll show you the bad thing. So we tell him she will continue to keep stealing his sheep and must be apprehended immediately. So we're going to take K16. We're going to get our reward of 3 apple pies anyway and 40 gold. So we're going to see how this plays out. Where are my apple pies? I was right to eat the apple pie then. Get those back again. I didn't remember that. Keep the raw meat out. We'll keep the bear hide out as well. We're going to need that. Okay. Apple. Oh no, this is the wrong one. We should be looking in food. Food, obviously, for apple pies. Berry pie. Apple pie. Don't know about 3. Maybe 2. Well, we don't have any. Let's just do 3 for now. I mean, we had to kill a bear for it, so that's why the rewards are higher than usual. Let's do 3. That's fine. 3 apple pies go straight into our pouch. That's 30 health points. Straight away we can restore. I don't know how he's got 3 apple pies, maybe, but there we go. So much for his wife's apple pie making. Anyway, right. So we've told him she's going to keep stealing his sheep. Right? That's just the way it is. We told him the truth. We'll see what happens. So K16 we then take. So we have a look for K16. There it is. Let's put K9 back on there. Well, let's keep it out. Let's keep it out. K16. Right. So what happens? So here we go. So we told him what's happening. Tam has gone to apprehend the witch with Olwyn and his boys. They attempt to enter her hut in the Greywood, but it is sealed by some witchcraft. From within they hear shouting threats of doom at them, but they return them with their own threats. Suddenly a white light bursts from the hut, blinding everyone outside. Once they regain awareness again, the hut has been blown open, but there is no sign of the witch. She's simply vanished. leaving much of the contents of the hut to be charred by the light. They check inside just to be sure she's gone, then leave the area with curses under their breaths. This night, well, that's difficult to say. This night, take K17. So, that should be reworded to say you go with Tam. I think you go as well, right? With Tam to apprehend the witch with Olwyn and his boys. They attempt, you attempt to, you hear shouting, blah blah blah, and carry on with that. So that all happens with us there. So we followed him there. So I guess we would end up being back at 148 again. Continue from map card 148. Yeah. So we'll do exactly what we did. I'm not going to go through it, the stuff during the day, because I'm just going to go straight as if it is the night now, because 17 is the last card. So what happens is we told him what was going on. Then we all went over to her hut, and she was unhappy with that. She did something that basically eviscerated everything in her hut, and she disappeared. Is she eviscerated? Probably not. She's a witch, so we don't know what happened there. So we were confused, and then we went about our day from the woods. Perhaps we did some hunting in the woods, and we did a bit of fishing. Say we did that, and then now it's night time. And so at night, no matter where you are, you take K17. And it says, as night descends, you feel the same tremor as you did when following the floating sheep. It grows and grows until suddenly a giant monster tears through the grey wood. It rips through sleeping sheep and feasts. Sheep after sheep are gorged upon until the monster builds up a bloodlust. In its frenzy, it seeks out the people of the village, demolishing their houses without thought. Within minutes, the villagers are devoured, and the village is draped in shadow and blood. With half a body shoved in its mouth, the monster sees you, eyes widening, then it gulps down the remaining body and charges at you. Encounter a night terror. If defeated or victorious, the game ends here. The village is destroyed. Whoa. So even if by some chance you can kill a night terror, which is designed to be very, 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 very difficult to destroy, the village has been destroyed. Everyone's been eaten, and so the game ends because of that reason. You can always come back here later in other games, but that would end the game if you choose to do that route. We are not going to choose to do that route. We have told Tam we didn't listen to the witch, so what we're going to do is go back in time and choose to lie to Tam. You tell him you threatened the witch most impressively, and his sheep are completely safe from further attack. So take K10, and we've got our 3 apple pies. We'll get our 40 gold in a minute. It says take K10 next. Maybe it shouldn't say. I guess it kind of has to say take K10 next. Okay, but not now, so that's fine. So K10 is the witch's Sheelith's dialogue, so we don't actually take it now. So we told him, and he's happy with that. So we told him we did it most impressively. Mate, I mean, there's no dialogue for that bit, I guess, but that's okay. So we're going to get our 40 gold. We've only got 12, so we get 52 gold. So that is a lot of gold. Yeah, that's good. We're going to up the amount of gold you get for most quests, because it was mainly 10 gold, and I'm going to put that up, I think, to 20. Maybe just 15. I don't know yet. We'll have to decide. 10 wasn't enough. I think I don't know if 20 will be too much gold. The game is supposed to be a slow burn, supposed to be something that takes time and you don't rush through. So the gold being more difficult to come by is good for that. Anyway, we told Tam, he rewarded us with some stuff. I wonder what we should do now. Eli is our man who we're going to buy the bear hide gear from. How much? We got 52. We need 55 to buy a new top and trousers. But we really need 95 to get fully geared. So we can do some fishing and we can do some hunting. We're going to hunt to try to get bear. Yeah, so we hunt for fish. So we can hunt in the woods. We could even, there's a quest. The bandit quest. Did we? Now, for the bandit quest, we need our sneaking score as high as possible. Oh, we need lot picking up for the bandit quest. I'm pretty sure we need to update our lot picking for that quest. So maybe we'll do that later. Okay, so we're going to go east. We got our 3 apples, we got that, and we're going to do some fishing. I don't know how far we can do this. Is that still in view? Yes, it is. We're going to do a bit of fishing and then we're going to do a bit of hunting, I think. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We want 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. Got time for that, yeah. I don't think we want to do any we've unlocked poisons with her. We've unlocked poisons. That was kind of the point. That was the reason why we did that. Maybe we can go back to her. Or we could go back to her. She did want us to come back to her. Let's go back to her. Let's do that first. She wanted us to go... Yeah, we're going to have to do this quite far across. She wanted us to go back to see her, didn't she? Yes, she did. Let's put this further, as far as possible. Move those out over there. Those are our persuasion cards. I mean, we could build up our persuasion and then we can get cheaper prices. It's not really a priority though. We'll say, right, let's go over back to the witch, back to Shulith. Shulith is more interesting to write than it is to say. Shulith. Anyway, there we go. We're going over to her. We have told Tam. I don't know. Yeah, well, she's going to be a bit annoyed that we told him, but that's okay. I think. Right, that's the edge of the woods. We're going into the woods and we're going to have to start rolling for encounters. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just on the edge there. Half an hour has been used. So quite a lot has happened in half an hour. Right. So we've told... Tam has been pleased. Placated, is what I was saying to kind of think of. He's okay now. We've told him his sheep are safe, so he's got no more issues. So we've solved that bit. He's rewarded us for what he thinks. We've completely sorted the problem out. It's never going to happen again. But now we're going to go back to Shulith and tell her that we... Maybe not tell. I don't know. Maybe she won't know. Maybe she won't know that we've spoken to Tam. Will we get all the way over there? We've got 3 more cards to put on. We should be okay. So we're now in the woods. 7, 8, 9. We're now in the woods. We roll a 1d8 and we want a bear attack actually, which would be an 8. Oh, I've got that same problem again, can I? Oh, it's too big. There we go. 8. No way, it is a bear attack. Alright, well, we want a bear. We want to kill some bears. Exactly what we wanted. Right, where's our weapon? Bears did take us right down to our lowest health. Let's see if I don't know if we want, because we've got to get back out again. We just got out of the woods. We're going back in again. Okay. Alright, let's get the bear. Let's see, perhaps if we can sneak up on the bear, we have a better chance, don't we? So here's the bear. There's the bear deck. The encounter card. So it's an animal. It's got 40 health. Yeah, it's got a lot of health. Sneak of 6. So we just need a 3 or higher. End of turn. It says end of turn, but should say end of round. If it's at the end of each round, if it will do some damage if you've done a certain amount of damage to it, or if it's still alive. We get 3 raw meat and a bear hide. We can get the raw meat is good for cooking, and we get a lot of money from cooking. Let's put that there, and we will shuffle up their deck. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's roll our sneak die. If we get a 3 or higher, we can get an extra hit in. Oh, we do want to get a bow. That's 75 gold, I'm pretty sure. 4. We do sneak past the bear. So we can get an extra hit in before combat starts, which would be very, very, very good. It depends if we get lucky. We got really unlucky last time with our cards. Oh, should we try it? We do want a bear. We want to start. Well, we want to buy bear gear. No, let's just. We're going to run past it. We're going to run past it. We're not going to do it. Sorry. We're going to wimp out. We're not going to do it. Look, we got to stay. We can't upgrade stuff. We can't buy it first. We need money first. Right. We've run past it, so that's fine. Next one. 10, 11, 2. During the day is nothing. Okay, 1, 4, 7, 12, 1. Where's the 1? There it is. Roll again. 5 is a boar. Can we just escape 4 straight away now? I think we can just run from 4 without needing to roll. Sneak of 4. So if we roll a 1 plus 3, yeah, so that's not a problem anymore. Didn't think so. Right, and here we are at the witch's hut. 148. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we'll do that half hour that we forgot to do. 15 hours left of the day. Loads of time. Right. We're going to talk to Shilith. Which is probably not a great idea. Let's find her card. We don't think we have we ever. No, I think we have used her card once before. There she is. Shilith, the unamused. So, on her card, she has got K. 10. Yes, K10. So we take K10 next because we spoke to Tam. And she says, "You spoke with him, fool. Now you must bring me a carcass, and it must be at least the size of a sheep. Return tonight. Leave. Return here with 1 raw meat from a boar, bear, or wolf, and take K12. If you do not, take K16. So 16 then leads to the K16 is that's why we can't include us. Maybe it's K17. We could probably take case 17 for that. That would still work. We can't be with them for case 16. Let's turn that to 17. Because that's still ends up doing the same thing. And this way, she hasn't had the confrontation and disappeared. But that's okay. She could have done that without you knowing. So if you take case 17 at night, take case 17 at night. This night. Right there. It still ends up in the same place. So we'll keep that on top. So we need to bring her carcass the size of a sheep. She's been using these sheep carcasses for something, possibly to do with this night terror thing. Return here with 1 raw meat from a boar, bear or wolf. And take K12 at night. Okay. So I'll just show you on the back of her card. She sells poisons. You provide the ingredients and wait 1 day. So it's the same as pies, strangely. She also sells healing tonic, which cures, well, she's been changed to cure paralysis and cure fear. So we have fear from the bear. The bear can give fear. So if you have a cure fear, you can use that. So fear stops you, immobilizes you, basically. So you can't attack or move for 1 turn. So what you can do is take the cure fear that turn, and then you can move the next turn. Same for cure paralysis, which we haven't got anything yet that does that. And then we've got different poisons: white, yellow, orange, red and black poisons. All do different things, which we can show you later. But we can't buy anything now anyway. It's not, it says only accessible after quest R. I think it's going to have to be after quest K or R, I think. Right. So poisons are locked behind this quest, which is essentially locked behind a bear, which is quite difficult to kill. So poisons are not accessible right at the beginning of the game, mid to late game. Same with the bow being 75 gold. Okay, so we need to get raw meat, so we're in the right place for it, in the woods, and we can also do some hunting here. We can't hunt on a map card with a building on it, so we're going to move west 1, so 3, 4, 5. 5, yep. We're going to roll for an encounter, and we're going to hope we get 6, 7. It is a 7, which is a boar. So we can use a boar to give us, although I suppose we already have raw meat from that. We've already got a bunch of raw meat. Let's see it here. Anyway, you can't have, well, how much raw meat do we get from a boar? 2. If it's got to decide if it's worth killing it, really. 2 raw meat and a boar hide. We don't really want the boar hide. How much does the boar hide sell for? I've got a list of all the things you can sell in the back of the rulebook. Boar hide sells for 5 gold. And you get 1. I don't think it's worth even killing boar anymore. I don't think it's worth it. 5 gold. I think it's better to do some hunting. So we will just ignore that guy. We're going to try to hunt for a bear. That's a much better thing to do. So we've got our search, track, capture. Search, track and capture. It's going to be a bit tricky. Should we get rid, we're going to do some fishing perhaps as well. Let's get rid of some of these cards then, because they're just going to get in the way. And they're quite easy. Said this on all the videos I think, but there's a fair bit of card management, but I think it's quite easy because left to right and right to left is always sequential. Let's keep a couple of those out because we want to know how we get out. Let's do that. It's always sequential, so you just put it back in the same pile. You make a little pile and you put them back, and it's not a race. It's not a race to do anything. 42, so that's fine, that's that. Then that goes on top of that, then we just need 71. The game should not be taken at can you do the most stuff in one session. It should just be, just do a couple of bits, just take it easy, relax. It's supposed to be a relaxing, fun adventure game. Right, we're going to try to get a bear from hunting. Let's have a look what we have to do. So first of all, each phase takes 1 hour of time. We were going to have it so it decreases to half an hour, but I think that's too quick. I think you just get so much hunting, it's ridiculous. If you fail tracking, you can redo it without needing to do the search again, but if you fail capture, you will need to redo the tracking. There's no limit to how many attempts you can take for searching and tracking. Upgrading, yes, okay. Each phase upgrade, you've done that. So one here. So you catch. Okay. So I thought after a successful search, you move. Anyway, can't remember. So we need to match 5 cards in a row to get a bear in the tracking section. So first we search. So we shuffle and don't look, so I've labelled them 1 to 5, which is foolish because anything but 1 is a guaranteed success. So we won't look. We've got a nothing. That's an hour of time gone right there. Unbelievable. There are 2 nothing cards in this whole deck, and I managed to pick it. Did I? 2 nothings. There's 2 hours. 2 hours we've lost. For a level 5 hunter, we haven't made a particularly good start. There, now we've got it. So, oh, here's where it says move 1 map card further into the woods. You can now track the animal. So, we still have to roll for an encounter. I think we should do that. Still roll 1d8 for encounter. We're still going through the woods, so right, there we go. So we have to move. We're going to move east. 5, 6, 7. So it uses up a bit of time as well. So we've used up 2 hours, 3 hours, because we picked 3 cards. Crikey. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 hours of time just trying to follow prints in the woods. Right, now we're tracking. Tracking's the more fun part. We're matching symbols together, and if we get 5 matches, then we have tracked a bear, and then we have to try to successfully capture the bear. If we fail to capture, we can redo the tracking. If we fail tracking, we can just redo it, but it takes that 1 hour. So we start off like that. We've got poo and a bit of hair on a twig. I'll show you what it looks like. So we found some droppings and a bit of hair on a twig. So we're trying to match those symbols. Each card has to be perpendicular to the next. So we start here. So the next one we pick is the same. So we can go up or down. Let's go down a bit. So perpendicular to it, sort of halfway on the card, so it connects. Although I guess, no, you can't really, I guess maybe you can match the, I like to have a bit of a gap so we can see it. Let's put it like that. So perpendicular, you can only go forward, so to the right you cannot go left, but you can go up and down straight. And you can go back and start a new track. This one, we can't use that for anything. Grass, padded down grass and a paw print. Doesn't go anywhere. So that's the end of tracking. So that's an hour lost. 1, 2, and we can redo the tracking. So we reshuffle. We put these back in randomly and shuffle again. That was not good. We get 5 matches. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're run out of time. Right, we'll just try to get this done. Right. Droppings and padded down grass. Padded down grass. So we need droppings or twig with hair. We got grass, that's okay, but then we've got a miss as well, so we can't put anything on the end of that. So we still need droppings. Oh, we didn't get it. Another fail. Another fail. We are not having a good day of tracking today. We had some good rolls on the dice. We had the dream. We're not doing well with our tracking. 1, 2. That's an hour. 10 hours left of the day. Looks like we're just hanging out in the woods. We want to make some gold. We want to do some fishing, really. We have to do fishing next stream now. I like saying that. Right. Padded down grass and hair on twig. Padded down grass. Hair on twig or paw print. Paw print, good. Droppings, hair on droppings, yes. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, that we can use that. We can use that. You can't put all 3 together to make a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 more. We want padded down grass, padded down grass, padded down grass. Yes. So we could go further. So we've gone. Although I guess that's sort of going back. Well, doesn't matter. That's fine. We've got, well, don't know if that is considered going back on itself. They're going forward, then back, then forward. Oh, I don't know. We're just going to call that as fine, because I'm going to do it again. Right. So that took an hour to do it properly as well. Now the caption is going to take an hour as well. So we need to match the symbols. We need 4 exclamation marks and no X's in the top 4 corners of the card, and we can only pick a maximum up to 2 cards. So let's go with that. So we've got 2 X's, 2. We need to make sure the other ones we put cover those X's. So that one does. Oh, that one does cover both of them. Look, that's great. We're very lucky with that. So we had the 2 X's, and then this one. Normally you can put just 1 on there if you've got 1, but because this has both, we can just do that with 1 card. We've created all 4 exclamation marks. If you picked up a 4 exclamation mark, that doesn't override the one you started with. You have to go the one you started with. So if you couldn't make it together, but anyway, you always are going to make it, I think, if you have that 4. So you actually get 6 really, but that's fine. Anyway, we capture a bear. Well, we don't capture a bear. We've caught a bear to slay. So we don't have to do an encounter with it. We can just say we have killed it. Or I guess you could set it free, but why would you go through all the hunting just to set it free in the end? We used an hour to capture it. So we got 8 hours left in the day. Right, good. Okay. So we did a bit of hunting. So with the hunting, we've killed a bear. We get 4 raw meat, I think. 4 raw meat, 3 raw meat, and 1 bear hide. The raw meat is very good for us for fishing, no, for cooking. 3 raw meats, and that's also I think we didn't get any raw meat from fish before, so all that raw meat's fine. But anyway, 3 raw meat. So we want to do some cooking as well. We really should buy a cooking pot too. The thing is, you can't do more than kind of like one thing with the money you get. So you can either upgrade a weapon, upgrade your armor, or buy a cooking pot. Or how much raw meat we've got? 2, 4, 6, 7. Let's get a bear hide as well. Should be at the top. Yeah. So we've got 2 bear hide. We want the money to buy the bear top and trousers. 55. Don't have yet. We've got 52. We could just do some logging. Bear hide. We want money. We do fishing next stream. We'll get some meat from the fish if we want it as well, or we'll sell the fish for gold. See how that works out for us. Right, that's the end of the stream. We've gone a bit over what we always do, so we'll leave that there with 7. We'll get rid of these cards. 1, 4 something. 1, 4, 3. And then 1, 4, 7. Okay, well, there we go. So we will put where we left off in our quest tracker. So we're on map card 146 in the woods. We've done 7 steps, and that gets saved nice and easily. We've already put the map cards away. Everything is sorted for the next stream. Very quick and easy. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you